LPT Request: How do I spend my final moments with my dying cat? Putting my sick cat down on Monday, so I have 3 more days with her from Friday. Had her all my life and it's gonna hurt a lot. Any tips on how to make the 3 days most out of it? Do all of your cat's favorite activities as she is able. Feed her all of her favorite foods. Give her all of the attention she wants. Remind yourself that saying goodbye this way is the price we pay for all of the unconditional love our pets give us. Take as many photos and video as you can emotionally manage. And keep snuggling with her and talking to her. And take care of you as well. Here's a hug for you, sweetheart. This is so tough. Crying. Everyone has given you good advice about spoiling her and petting her. And if that is what she wants, go for it. But a few years ago I had a cat in late-stage kidney disease. And I think she felt terrible. Toward the end, she just wanted to sleep. So I sat beside her and let her sleep. I would say to just follow her lead if she wants love and attention. She will let you know. But if she is feeling bad, she might just want to rest. Can we all just group hug and cry? Someone else said be sure to be there for her final moments. This is important. Don't let her leave in a room full of strangers. Scared and alone. It's so hard but very important. Bring some treats and her favorite blanket. Maybe a toy or two so she can be surrounded by familiar things. Best case, talk to your vet about a house call. Don't count on it, but they may be open to helping that way. Sorry you are going through this hard. Had to put down my cat last year. I got a good minute of audio recording of her purring. Recommend. I stayed with them. If I knew earlier, I would have fed them more prawns and jammin. My recommendation is to avoid being visibly sad or upset around your cat. They don't want their human sad on their last days. We lost my cat 2 weeks ago. I wish I let him explore bits of the house he wasn't normally allowed in. And regret not having had the chance to spoil him with the treats he loved. Be with her when she goes. And keep a routine. This is not the time to take her to see the ocean or to a friend's house for example. She's stressed, sick, and if you suddenly change your behavior a lot, even in a fun way, that can make it worse. I held my cat as we put him down. Was very difficult, but I wanted him to see someone familiar during his last moments. While I don't expect everyone to be able to do this, I can tell you that I don't regret it. I've additionally asked the vet to stamp his paw on a piece of paper to have something more than a photo of him. Make sure the last moments with her she can smell your breath and hear your voice saying her favorite words. We just lost our dog a week ago and laid nose to nose with him at the end, telling him what a good boy he was and how we loved driving in the truck, playing stick, swimming, etc. I know his last sensations were my smell and my voice, and that gives me peace. I fed my cat a lot of squeezy treats. If she likes them, know that you were a wonderful cat parent to her. One thing that I did was to not take a lot of pictures, but always be ready to take one. It was clear my cat was ready to go and just looked miserable. And I didn't want to remember him that way. One day I was petting him and he looked so content. And I decided I wanted that to be the last picture I took of him. It helped me get closure. First, I'm sorry for the heartache. Don't give all her fav foods in one go. That might cause a tummy ache and diarrhea. Keep her comfy and make final pictures and videos of her purring, her meows. Take naps with her and talk to her. I've had to do this a few times, sadly. It fucking sucks. I always thank them. We are so blessed to get these little furry friends for a brief period of our lives. They come, they're awesome, and then they go again. While sad, it's important to realize it's not a tragedy. Your cat had the best life. Spending all her life with you. Her very favorite person. She likely never wanted anything else. Take solace in that. She had a wonderful life and was always there for you. Do her favorite things with her as she is able. Feed her her favorite food. Give her the best 3 days of her life, heck, give her the best week. Bring HWR favorite blanket to the vet. And her favorite toy, so she can be surrounded by familiar things. In her final moments, hold or stroke her paw. And pet her gently. Speak softly to her. Tell her how good she was. And look into her eyes if you can, because she'll be looking into yours. You are her entire world in that moment. She will want you to be there with her. And your loving presence will be the greatest comfort you can give her. We recently went through this with the cat my wife has had for 16 years. She had kidney disease and a mass in her stomach. It got progressively worse to the point she wasn't eating or drinking. She wouldn't eat any of her favorite human food or anything. All we did was snuggle her as much as we could so she knew she was loved. Because that's about all she could do. It was heartbreaking. My cat died a week ago. Was also with me my whole life. I was just talking to her as much as I could. Tell her that she is my best friend and that I love her. Otherwise just trying to see what I could do to make her feel more comfortable. Oh, and of course lots of snuggling. Stay in the room when she gets the shot and let her last moment be secure and peaceful. Prepay the vet so you can just leave. You don't want to have to fumble for your credit card and do the mundane right afterwards. Invite loved ones to say goodbye and reminisce about all the good times you've had with your cat. Tell your cat what is going to happen. Thank your cat for all the love and affection. Give yourself permission to grieve. For a few weeks it will feel like a human person died. But soon you will just feel sad and realize it's just how life is. Cats live 15-20 years. Humans live 80 years. Be gentle with yourself. With mine on their final days, just being close to them made them happy. Relaxing let them sit on you and sleep. Gave them comfort and love and plenty of head pats and scratches. I just did this a few months back. I spent her last days spoiling her as much as I could. And spent the whole last night cuddled up with her. I also got a short recording of her purring and a few last photos. When we went into the vet, I made sure I could stay with her the whole time. It was hard, but the last thing I wanted was for her to go in a strange place without anyone familiar around. Make sure you have a ride home. I wasn't in any state to drive after. That's for sure. My condolences. Saying goodbye is hard. Lost a very special, once-in-a-lifetime dog on Monday. We spent her last week spoiling her. No more thoughts on weight management. Took her to her favorite places. Allowed her to meet as many people as we could, and on the last day we cuddled and lay with her all day before taking her on one last car ride. She looked at us with love as the light faded from her eyes and our hearts broke into pieces, but she had a good life with us and we were so blessed to have her. Just don't leave anything on the table. Give her everything she loves. I feel your pain. I would suggest recording her purring. My cat had to be suddenly put down when I was away at uni, and I was so glad I had thought of recording his purring. Lets you remember them being happy and safe. When she is leaving, look her in the eyes and let her see your face and hear your voice. I will regret not looking into my dog's eyes as she passed for the rest of my pathetic life. I held her and spoke to her, but I will never be able to forgive myself for being in her field of vision as she left us. Not really answering your question from an activities perspective, but a tip I'll give you for the day of putting her down: be there with her. Don't make her last moments wondering where you are. Tell her it's okay to go. Sending you love.